The ancient Chinese were known for their profound philosophies and teachings, offering wisdom on how to live harmoniously with nature and the world around us. Among these teachings, Taoism stands out as a philosophy that emphasizes balance, simplicity, and the natural flow of life. Today, we delve into a story that highlights the power of Taoist wisdom and how it can guide us in navigating the complexities of modern life. The tale of the Unyielding River. In a quiet village nestled among the mountains of ancient China, there was a river that flowed with great strength and vigor. The villagers revered the river, recognizing it as the source of life and sustenance for their community. Yet, they also feared its power, for during the rainy season the river would swell and overflow, causing destruction and chaos in its wake. One year, the rains were particularly heavy, and the river's waters rose to unprecedented levels. The villagers, anxious and fearful, sought the advice of a wise old sage who lived at the edge of the village. The sage was known for his deep understanding of nature and his ability to find harmony in even the most tumultuous of times. The villagers pleaded with the sage, "What can we do to control the river? How can we prevent it from destroying our homes and fields?" The sage listened to the villagers' concerns with a calm demeanor. He then took them to the riverbank, where they stood in silence, watching the powerful currents surge and crash against the rocks. The sage pointed to a large boulder in the middle of the river, saying, "Do you see how the river flows around the boulder, unyielding and strong, yet not resisting?" The villagers nodded, confused. "But how does this help us?" they asked. The sage smiled and replied, "The river teaches us an important lesson about life. It does not resist the obstacles in its path, nor does it fight against them. Instead, it flows around them, adapting to the circumstances it encounters. In doing so, the river remains strong and unbroken." The sage continued, "In life, we often face challenges and obstacles that seem insurmountable. Our instinct is to resist, to fight against these difficulties. But this only leads to frustration and suffering. The Taoist philosophy teaches us to be like the river, strong and persistent, yet flexible and adaptable. Instead of resisting the flow of life, we should embrace it, allowing ourselves to move with it rather than against it." He then pointed to a tree that had been uprooted and washed away by the river's current. The tree, in its rigidity, could not withstand the force of the river. But the river, in its flexibility, continues to flow, undeterred and unbroken. The villagers began to understand the sage's wisdom. They realized that, like the river, they too could navigate life's challenges by remaining flexible and adaptable, rather than rigid and unyielding. Over time, the villagers applied the sage's teachings to their own lives. Instead of trying to control the river, they learned to work with it, building their homes and fields in harmony with the natural flow of the water. They no longer feared the river's power, but respected it, understanding that it was not an enemy to be fought, but a force to be embraced. As they embraced the principles of Taoism, the villagers found a new sense of peace and resilience. They learned to navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and acceptance, knowing that true strength lies in their ability to adapt and flow with the currents of change. The story of the Unyielding River teaches us the importance of flexibility and adaptability in the face of life's challenges. When we resist change, we often find ourselves overwhelmed and broken. But when we learn to flow with the natural currents of life, we discover a source of inner strength and resilience that allows us to navigate even the most difficult circumstances. The teachings of Taoism remind us that life is a journey, and that true wisdom lies in our ability to adapt and find harmony with the world around us. In a world that is constantly changing, the wisdom of the Tao offers a timeless guide to living a life of balance and tranquility. As we conclude this journey into ancient Chinese wisdom, I invite you to reflect on these teachings and consider how you can apply them to your own life. If this story resonated with you, please support us by liking, sharing, and commenting on the video. And for more stories of ancient wisdom and modern insights, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell. Your engagement is what keeps our journey alive. Thank you for exploring the depths of philosophy and enlightenment with us.